So I have spent over 20 years teaching students for their HSC and hiring and training tutors to be able to support students for their HSC. HSC meaning like really from year 7 up. And I had this terrible impression that, nothing really much gets done in primary school, and that's a terrible thing to say. Very I don't know, elitist, if that's the right word, from looking at it. Oh well, I'm a high school teacher, so clearly what you learn in high school is so much more than primary. But that is until I had a child who is now in primary school, and oh my gosh, there is so much foundational work that is done in primary school that I never appreciated for all of these years. And it has been really eye-opening to just appreciate what's been done in those early years and how that makes such a big difference to where students are at in their high school years. So when it comes time to picking a tutor in primary school, I think that having a child at any point in time feel supported, especially if they there's things that they're just not quite getting at school, they're not fully understanding, is really, really helpful. When we pick our primary school tutors, and I, on that vein, have then also interviewed hundreds of people to also be able to take primary school students. And what I found is that the best tutors to take primary school, to tutor for primary school, they're ones that actually do still have some level of academic understanding of the high school curriculum. And the reason why I do recommend that you pick a tutor who does have that proficiency with the high school years, as well as the ability to understand the primary school curriculum and engage with younger people, is that they have a context for what's being done in primary school such that they then can connect or really put emphasis on things that they know are going to come up later on. So I did previously make a video about the changes, for example, in the primary school curriculum for English. And so something that's become a lot more prominent in the English curriculum for primary school is that students need to understand what similes, metaphors, and literary devices are from like as young as year 1, which shocked me. I didn't expect, that to come into the new syllabus, but it has. And, that's now reflected in students' work. If you've got a child in primary school, you may have noticed that some of their homework includes that. And if it doesn't, it will very, very soon. And they're still implementing that into the higher years of primary. So it's kind of interesting because you've got sort of year 5 and 6 students that actually aren't necessarily as good with those sort of literary analytical techniques that some of the year 2s and 3s now know about. So it's a bit of an interesting thing. But in any case, these are things that your child does need to know in their high school years, and it is foundational for their ability to not only analyze, understand, and write about the text that they're talking about, whether it be short answer comprehension questions or essay writing, but also the techniques that they use in their own imaginative, persuasive, etc. writing. So it's really, really important that you have somebody taking your primary school child who has a really good understanding of about like what's required in high school, and especially also because look, there's so many things that students learn in primary school that are so important that are not necessarily something you're going to be getting tutoring for, so whether that be social skills or something more sort of hands-on or something a bit more collaborative. Like there's so many hugely valuable things that our primary school teachers do, but then when it comes time to the academics, like that's something that you can have your child be supported through with tutoring outside. And especially when they're getting to those year 5 and 6 years, you want to get them ready for high school. So I see so many, and actually I was absolutely in this boat. I was really strong at the end of year 6 and actually wasn't very well prepared for year 7. And then I just went down in year 7, and I really honestly did not make my way back up again until the end of the HSC. So it was a painful number of years, and that's probably why I do what I do now, to really support parents and students through that whole journey. But yeah, having that that support in year 6 in year 5 and 6 before going into year 7 makes a huge difference. So many changes in year 7 as well, like big school and different dynamics and maybe new school, like so many things. So having that confidence academically can really just sort of take care of that side of things. Heavens knows there's no shortage of things things for us to all worry about as parents. But yeah, that's what I definitely recommend if you are looking for a primary school tutor, is that, you know, you find someone who has that understanding of the high school curriculum as well as the primary school, so they can really like have a grasp of that academic material. And also, you know, someone that your child enjoys working with. You know, they should be smiling at the end, or they should, you know, be a bit excited. They might do a bit of homework. You know, they might be like, you know, not fighting you on actually having a lesson and doing some more work, which is amazing for any parent. So that's what I look for, you know, with any of our students that come for us. I want to make sure that that first lesson is, you know, smiles at the end. That's a huge part of it. So good luck on your journey with your primary school children. And, you know, we're here if you need any further support.